Hey guys, this is OeLuffy, and we are doing some more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. Last time, I believe, we went through some menial missiones, and now, after interrupting our dreams, there is something talking to us. What might that thing be? Well, let's find out. Well, yes, that seems to be very rude. You're going to be paying for the damages. I'm kind of tired. Oh, well. Wait, how is a Diglett whisked away to a tall mountain? Aren't Diglett, like, stuck in the ground? And must be stuck in the ground. Sir, your problem does not follow, as Diglett are ground types, and they are never seen to be out of the ground. Same with Burrell. Burrell should know about this, because Burrell is best to know for being stuck in the ground. However, Burrell, although being curious, and being me, who thinks that this is totally ridiculous, despite that, still decides to go, and the failed save is a jerk. It's almost 10:30, geez, I have not stayed up in a while. No, something is not good, and that something is the morning. Blarg. Yes, we were asked to do a mission. But don't leave! You really haven't put any thought into this, have you, Double? Alright, let's get some supplies and then head off to Mount Steel. Mount Steel actually is where we're gonna fight our first boss battle. Although it's not hard by any means. This is the Kecleon shop, and oh come on. Fine. I will not be showing the Kecleon shop first. I will be showing the Kangaskhan storage first because I have too many items. And I'm not talking about Minecraft! Okay, I believe there's a way you can store more than one item, but yeah. Basically, what the Kangaskhan storage does, it stores your items. So you can... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Excuse me, so you can get them at a later time. However, the main difference between the Kangaskhan storage in this game and the Kangaskhan storage in Time and Darkness is that in this game, it has practically no limit. I mean, you can store up to about 999 of anything, whereas in Time and Darkness, however, your space is limited by your rescue rank, and I'm okay with 12. By the way, we got a Reviver Seed from that last mission. Reviver Seeds will be your saving grace later on in the game. They revive you when you faint. Jeez, those are just wonderful. And you'll be using those a lot more than you expect. Wait, what? If you go slowly enough, Pikachu... Never mind. I thought Pikachu was just sliding on the ground. Anyway, for the Kecleon shop, there are two kinds of Kecleon, and one of them is surprisingly shiny. This green Kecleon lets you bite items that are helpful, despite one of them being a Blast Seed, and that includes Reviver Seeds, Big Apples, and Gravel Rocks. The apple, there are three different items usually used for hunger. The apple will heal your hunger about a normal amount. The Big Apple will heal your hunger to full, and I believe if you eat it on a full stomach, it'll increase the size of your belly, which is your hunger meter. And a huge apple, which we'll get to later in the game, does all that, but no matter what, your belly will increase. Do I want anything? Yes, I want a Reviver Seed. No, I can't really afford anything else. Oh, and by the way, when I talked about seeds being useful, seeds mainly are used to help you. Or, I don't know, this Kecleon sells something very different. He sells TMs and orbs. The thing about orbs is, I know there's a difference between them and seeds, I just can't remember what the heck it is. I think it might be that seeds tend to affect a single entity, while orbs tend to affect a wide radius or something like that. I don't know, but they can. Orbs pretty much do the same thing as seeds, except, I don't know, maybe seeds do more positive things and orbs do more negative things, but I don't know. And finally, here's the Go Up and Link shop, where we can link moves. And, Burrell is gonna get some moves linked. I actually want to link, wait, what is R? That is R. S is R. What is A? A is L, I think. Okay, Burrell's gonna get some moves linked. R plus A. R plus A. There we go. You have to select the top move of the one you want to link. It costs 150 Poke per move. But now that we've linked moves, Burrell shall be one of the expert trollers. For a short time, until he gets a better move. And anything else, you can talk to these guys, and they'll give you a bit of information about the story. Like the natural disasters, Pokemon going violent. Yeah, and I believe this guy might... No, you're useless. But yeah, these three tend to be here. Alright, Blastoise and Feraligatr, there are other rescue teams out there. And you will meet them along the way, but they don't have much influence except for... Well, there's one that has kind of some influence, and another one that has more, but overall, you really don't incorporate too many other rescue teams into this. And here's the Felicity Bank. You can store your money in there. I think I already explained all that this involves. Anyway, now that we have our supplies, I believe now would be a good time to go to Mount Steel. So, let's get going. Mount Steel, I believe, has 9 floors. On the 9th floor, there is a boss battle, but I think I might have good enough type advantages along with the items I have to beat it. Yes, and I still don't see how Diglett would be whisked! Are you following us? I thought you said you couldn't get there. Jeez. Pokemon tend to kind of make terrible parents in a way. Or at least confusing parents, because you remember the Butterfree would not go to a professional about help, and now these guys, they will go as far as Mount Steel, but will not go any farther. Oh yes, and if you didn't notice, I used the Link move. It used both Leech Seed and Growl at the same time, and now I can troll very effectively. Ooh, man, I am liking me some musica. Aron. I just remembered Tackle will not do very much on you. I don't care. Really? Well, that went well. I didn't mean it! Let's see, I believe you can find Aron, Machop. What else? I believe some rock types, Geodude in here. Spearow among other things, but it doesn't really matter too much, except for type advantages, because in this game, you're going to be spending most of your energy on destroying everything in your path. Except for a few legendary... Well, actually, you know what? No. You're still going to spend most of your time destroying everything in your path. Oh, Zigzagoon's here, by the way, though. Because eventually we're going to get to a point where we can actually recruit members to our team and be able to have a team of 3, which increases to a team of 4, by the way, during Time in Darkness, which I think is a much better choice. Ew, you like Time in Darkness so much, why don't you just choose it? Because this is a GBA game, and I had some sort of reason for picking a GBA game. Oh, learned a new move. Quick attack. Oh man, I want that. I'm gonna get rid of Growl because Bravo already has Growl, and Duel doesn't need to have the same moveset. There's no good reason. Says you already have the Tail Whip. And zoom, zoom, zoom. Yes, gummies. But I'll get to gummies in a bit, but I prefer to get back to the last topic. Right, in this game, when you can recruit Pokemon, it's not by doing any sort of form of special method, like in Ranger, where you had to calm it, which was pretty much the same thing in everything, except those are with wild Pokemon. Or in regular, where you actually had to throw a Pokeball at it when it was weak. No, you just destroy the Pokemon and hope that it's not pissed at you enough so that it might join your team and respect you. And apparently, the higher evolution of Pokemon is, the more ornery it is, because those are really hard to get. Near impossible, too impossible at some point. But there is really no strategy other than destroying all in your path and hoping you get one, which is very rare, I might add. Moves. Plus, you'll have to get something called a friend area for each specific group of Pokemon you want. I don't want to do that! Group of Pokemon you want, which isn't bad if it at least. I don't know how they could improve the idea, but I know they really can because it is definitely flawed in this. I guess, here's what they did. The friend areas are areas you have to buy so that you can recruit Pokemon, and they resemble Pokemon habitats. So, like, if I wanted a Mudkip, I would have to buy the Peanut Beach, or Peanut Lake, which, actually I think it's one of the more expensive friend areas. But, to get that specific one, I believe someone has entered the house, by the way, to get that specific one, I would have to pay a lot of money and hope I'd get that specific Pokemon. But they don't function the same as boxes. As well as boxes you can, you know, edit. They always hold 30 of no matter what type. With these, they sometimes hold 10, they sometimes hold 5, they sometimes hold 20. I'm not even sure it gets up to 20, but it's definitely not as good. And here's another gummy. Which, and I now shall get to the point about gummies. Remember how I said that Double wasn't the smartest of the bunch, as it just used Thundershock on a Balpo, which is a ground type? I believe. Well, you can actually make it smarter by feeding it candy. Somehow. Hey, if you can make it smart by feeding candy, it's not a bad deal. But there are many different kinds of gummies. I believe 17, one for each type. Ooh, and here we have an orb. Blowback orb. And I don't even get to see what it does. Items. Blowback orb. Blah, 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 blah. No. Give me the infos. Oh, okay. But anyway, you can make your Pokemon smarter, and they'll get new tactics as, like, they'll know to use certain moves, when to use certain moves and when not to. They'll know when to run away, or what patterns to follow in moves. And you can actually set them to do that. But for every gummy, there are flavors some like, and flavors some don't like. Like, the brown gummy is a favorite of the fighting type. And I believe that, oh, I have Vine Whip from the level up. Huzzah! I believe that the grass gummy would be Bulbasaur's favorite, and the yellow gummy would be Dooble's favorite. I just went around in almost a complete circle, didn't I? But once again, back to in Time and Darkness. Oh, actually, in this case, Sky. They implemented a cool thing that made berries a lot more. Not berries, gummies a lot more epic, so you could turn them into actual juice drinks that also increased your stats, along with the, IQ. And I believe you need a lot of gummies to get a foreseeable effect. Vine Whip. That was actually being a really cool move, it's just knocking down everything in its path. But yeah, you got stats, and, I don't know, I just really liked the I forget what it's called. Spinda Cafe, there we go. And if you hadn't noticed, now that we're high enough in Mount Steel, the texture has changed, and we are going to see different Pokemon. Give me the moves. You know, let's just Vine Whip everything. That's why we don't Vine Whip everything in our path. Oh, geez, Bide. Let's not give it a chance. That's better. D is to run. Remember that. Got the Gravel Rock. Should I get another Blast Seed? Well, wait. I have gravel rocks, which function pretty similar. You know, I'll live without those. In fact, I want to show off the gravel rocks. Because I'm not... Oh, wow, Beldum? Wow, I hadn't actually forgotten that these were here. These guys aren't easy to recruit, though. But yeah, if you saw, the gravel rock was able to fly directly into the path of the Beldum, going over other Pokemon that would most likely be in the way. So that's nice, but the Blast Seed, I don't know, in comparison, it just seems really useless. But seeds overall are very useful. I mean, seriously. Geodude and Tyrogue. I have not seen a Tyrogue in a long time. Much better. Alright, this is my specialty. No! Double! They say in behaviorist theory you shouldn't reward things for doing things you don't want to, yet in this game you have to give things candy and you do something silly in hopes they become smart. Yeah, I guess you can see what school subject I've been working in. If you can't, then that's believable because I don't think a subject is visible. Mainly. At this point, I think it's obvious I might be up too late. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It was hard to stay at the Tyrogue for a while. For some reason, I've just chosen to have Vendetta against Tyrogue. I think the Elekid might have improved it. Blame the Elekid. Because I won't, because our ties are much better now. No, I didn't! Learn your buttons, Leo. Learn your buttons. Buttons. And I really don't even need to do that to Geodude. I just need to save that for a boss battle. Because if used enough, I'm not sure if Leech Seed ever wears off. I don't think it does in this game. But it's a nice. It's a good thing. A la Stewart, Martha Stewart. Yes. Anyway, ooh, orb. What is it? You know what? I'm actually gonna get this escape orb. I said I'm actually gonna get this escape orb. So let's nom on an orange gummy. Oh, I learned the IQ skill PB checker. I believe that means that if I were set to a computer and someone else took over, which you can't do until the end of the game, I would know to not use moves that I've run out of PvP for. Diglett's over there! Oh my word. And... I don't know, I still find this situation very confusing as to how a Diglett would get all the way up here. I mean, I guess the same logic could be questioned with Pokeballs, but... I don't know, it just seems very strange. But yes, here's the Skarmory, and it is very angry about the Diglett because the Diglett cause earthquakes with their cave making. Or so it says. Maybe they're just being, scapegoated. So they've had to go underground recently, which just makes the matters worse! So the Skarmory's trying to uproot the problem, and I am being a Mr. Pundit by making all these jokes, man. And we're just gonna have to calm everyone down, and after that, we're gonna have to tell the Skarmory to come at me, bro! Then we're gonna have to use the Leech Seed, and that will calm the Skarmory down after we growl at it. What's a nice start? Now it's just gonna throw sand at us. Mudslinging is not a good habit, sir or madam. I believe it was actually a madam in the actual episode where this was. What the? Actually, in the actual episode. That's what I really hate not about the series, but what they did with the series. They made a series, or they started a series that actually seemed like it would work out well enough. And gave it a few opening credits, a pretty good pilot, and they never continue it. What the heck? I mean, I was legitimately curious about what was going to happen with this series. But you know, whatever. Nintendo is not good at Pokemon shows in America, so I can't say I'm too surprised. You can't keep up, so you'll flee. You do that. And I don't think we ever see that Skarmory again. We see some Skarmory, but not that one. And this Diglett is just too scared to move, and I guess the Skarmory might have just plucked it from the ground? I don't know. It just doesn't seem feasible to me. I just might be very tired. But there's a very bottomless pit right in front of us, between us and the Diglett, so these Magnemite are conveniently around to pick up the Diglett and technically push it somewhere else. Yes, just like the meme. Yes, very much so. Oh man, I'm dizzy. But Diglett was very scared. And we finally have a confirmation that Diglett actually do have feet. And there's the age-old riddle that lasted 10 to 11 years. Well, I'm not sure if it was a riddle rather than water cooler talk, but whatever. And here comes Dugtrio, Diglett's father, and you! Yeah, I can understand that you don't cause earthquakes, but I can see the Skarmory equally just taking your kid because you kept going up to it. Like that, I'm sorry, but when you get all these worried Pokemon in here, that's just not good, Dugtrio. It's not good parenting. You may have caused this. I'm still coherent. Yes, I'll admit it was. We had to get the help of some levitational abilities from these Magnemites. Yes, and for some reason there's a kinship with evolving methods. I don't get that. I don't know, there's some mystic bond between a trio evolving or something. Ooh, we got a Petroscarf. There are also holdable items or wearable items in the game that give you special abilities. They tend to be much better than in the original games. Like the Petroscarves, they make you immune to poison. But guess what? Now that they want to leave, Double will not let them. Double will make sure that they stay. Because we know very well that we can't do this without them. Or can we? I really don't care. You know what? Double is very adamant. So, forget it. I can't say no to those blank eyes. Yes, you have officially joined the rescue team. Huzzahs. Well, you can live in my place. I mean, Double never tends to use it, and in fact, if you can't live in my place, just go where Double lives. It tends to go off somewhere anyway. I don't know where it is. It's a lot more spacious. Or you can just give a gander at where we live, and since you're saying you're gonna move anyway, that logic, I don't have a grasp on you right now, but something doesn't seem right. But Double does raise a good point. It is good to get more Pokemon in here. So tomorrow we shall go to the square with the Felicity Bank. No, not the Felicity Bank. You know, I'll show you. Let's fail the save, and this has been OeLuffy, and there's a failure with saving, so I am going to be finished here. Good night to all of you. It is 10:50. That was super.